Good morning. So good to see you on Talent Talk. Today is, I'm actually looking up on my computer just so I know. Today is Monday, September 14th. We're so happy to have you, and I am not alone today. Guess who's with me? We're going to go with, is it going to be yo boy, yo girl? We're going to go with yo boy Steve. Oh, I guess I'm bringing you on here, Steve. Here you go. Yo boy Steve.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. And we have someone else with us, right?
We do.
Who is it, Steve?
We've got with us the talented, beautiful Davina Clardy.
Oh, wow.
Woo!
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
I forgot to turn the lights on behind me. So I'm like, can you see me well?
We can.
All
Lighting's good.
Good. I am just excited for another week in real estate, right?
Yep. And as always on Mondays on a Talent Talk, we have a guest with us, and we always try to keep these Mondays focused on something very real estate related, affiliates or things that are going to add that value to your life. And today we're going to be talking. Good morning, Nikki. What are we going to be talking about today?
Home. We're talking about home.
Home inspections. I asked the question and Steve looked like stunned. Like, what?
I think we're talking about home inspections today.
Absolutely. So, as we get into that, and we want to ask a trivia question. So we've always got a trivia question for you that will reveal towards the end of the little podcast here. So before we get to our guests and talk a little bit more about home inspections and what they mean to you, we have our trivia question. And that trivia question is, what governmental department issues home inspectors WDO licensing? What is WDO?
What would you do on a other day?
That almost seems like the trivia question itself. What is WDO?
It's a rap song.
I think it's a rap group, wasn't it?
It stands for wood destroying organism. So
very good.
Yes.
So what governmental department issues home inspectors WDO licensing? Is it Department of National Home Inspection? Is it the Federal Bug Inspectors, the FBI, if you didn't know, Department of Licensing, or the Department of Agriculture? What y'all think?
It might be the Federal Bug Inspector.
The FBI?
They're going to come knocking on your FBI, Federal Bug Inspection.
Yeah, at your door.
Can you imagine a home inspector just like whipping out his wallet with his badge? FBI, Federal Bug Inspector.
Termites, your time is done.
Right. Well, I bet you. So we have a guest today, and he knows the answer to this question. And I guess it's time for us to go ahead and bring him on. Would you say?
Yep.
Absolutely. But don't say the answer quite yet.
We're not going to say the answer. We're not going to say the answer yet, but we're going to go ahead and bring in our guest. He is, his name is Nathan Wilkens. He is with Highland Home Inspections. He is the owner, sole proprietor. He has a great story. Like, he literally started his business like in the midst of COVID. So you talk about having drive, ambition, passion, and starting a new business right in the midst of COVID. And so we're going to talk to him about his business, his challenges, what he does in home inspections, how they're going for him during this season. And he actually is also a full-time Pierce County corrections officer. So, I mean, like, you talk about this guy. He's amazing, and we're going to bring him on and introduce him to our group today, and we're going to have some great discussion. Let's bring on Nathan Wilkens.
Woo! Good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Good
Hey,
morning.
good morning, Nathan. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for coming on. I mean, gosh, like we talk about home inspections, which obviously you can even explain to us what a home inspection actually is while Jurgen's playing around on his his screen. But you literally started into a home inspections and we talked about, COVID. So tell us your story. Like, why did you start your home inspection business?
So it was kind of leading up to it. In January, I decided to take the course, and it's a 3-week course, 120 hours and 40 hours of field training. And after that, everything just kind of, you have to submit your info, take the test, and then once you get your license back, that's when I started the whole business process through Washington State. So with that, starting January and around March is when I was able to actually get the license and start kind of growing the business. COVID hit. So everything kind of came to a complete halt as what we were taught in our courses, face-to-face communication, going into realtor firms, shaking hands, all that stuff's done. So it turned out now I'm having to start from scratch in a pandemic trying to grow my business, which was difficult at first. It was 200 plus cold emails, cold calls, and a lot of social media. And through a couple weeks, actually really a couple months, I started to make good connections and started to get business again.
Wow, that's always a challenge starting out a new business, but doing it during COVID-19.
It was tough.
Tough. So I guess, what would you say your biggest challenge has been during this pandemic, with starting the business?
Face-to-face communication, really. Not being able to go into the realtor firms, try to talk, teach classes in the offices. That's something that I have been able to do. I think in some counties, they're starting to be able to bring inspectors in or bring classes into, or teachers, you could say, to come in and start teaching classes inside the firm. But I haven't been able to lock one down just yet. But that was the biggest thing. What we were told, again, kind of touching base on the first question, what we were told just wasn't possible. So I personally had to think out of the box, and it's worked so far.
Nice. One of the add-on questions here is with the buyer's market. It's such a competitive market out there right now. And one of the things is people are getting in there, starting to try to maybe consider waiving inspections and other things. So we've actually seen a rise in pre-inspections in addition to that. So when you look at pre-inspections, have you seen that in your own business? And also, what is really kind of the difference between doing a pre-inspection rather than a standard home inspection?
Sure, I have seen an uptick in it, actually. As far as the pre-offer consultations, a consultation is basically a no-report inspection. I make sure that I do everything as a full inspection would be done. The client's just not getting a report. So they follow me around, take notes, that sort of thing. But to be competitive, they waive their inspection on the offer end, and that's why it's always good to get a pre-inspection or a pre-consultation on the front end, especially if you really like the home, really like the house, the area, and it still gives you a decent idea of the conditions and components of the home.
Nice.
Okay. So, I mean, with that, then the benefit is the cost. Just on that last question, is the cost difference in a regular inspection than a normal?
It is. It's a little cheaper. The consultation's cheaper because it's no report. I'm typically running about $300 for a pre-offer consultation. And if it's a pre-inspection, meaning a full report, it's just the regular price.
Okay. All right, cool. So with that, and whether it's pre-inspection or inspection, what are out of curiosity, what are some of the most common repairs or maintenance issues that you see when you're doing home inspections?
It would definitely be crawl space remediations. I've seen a lot of really bad crawl spaces, from rodents to floods. I would say that's the biggest issue. I know going down there, I'm going to find something at least. So I would say that's been the worst and the most efficiencies found.
The CrossFit,
Okay.
that I will never go.
One place I can't. So,
I don't want to put on a hazmat suit. That's
right. So, Nathan, tell us a little bit, maybe more about the services, other services that you provide, maybe even services that you'll be working on and coming out with soon, offering soon.
Sure, yeah. So besides the general inspection services I provide, I'm really pushing a campaign to do 11-month inspections with new builds, new construction builds, to make sure they can get on there and get their warranty. If something's wrong with their home, the warranty will come into play, especially after I submit a report. They can submit that to the contractor. I do drone surveys and drone roof inspections as well. And what's coming soon is I'm actually going to bring on a new inspector coming January, and also sewer scopes. So it'll be kind of a one-shot, everything, one schedule, one inspection, and that includes the inspection plus sewer scope, which I'm really excited about. I'm really happy to provide as a service for everyone.
Wow, that's absolutely incredible. You know, I know for you to even go through the process of getting licensed to do home inspections, you've done a lot to do it. You're transitioning from fields, from law enforcement with the corrections, and a lot of times, you know, if you're coming from one area into another, your heart is still where you're at.
Sure.
If he was utilizing your services, do you have some discounts where you kind of want to throw some honor back to some folks?
Oh, of course, yeah. I have a 10% off for military, veteran, and first responders, and it's definitely tell me first. That way, I can quote you the right price. So if you do reach out, please let me know. Hey, first responder, firefighter, I'm a vet, I'm currently active duty, reservist, National Guard. Let me know, and I'll definitely get you that discount.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So wow. Yeah. So not just a corrections officer, you're also in the military, and you're a home inspector, and you've just sold your home too. It sounds like you're just well-rounded.
It's been busy.
Been a busy guy. So no, thank you for joining us. We do, you know, one of the things, especially, you know, you're just getting into the business, and wanting to grow the business, and obviously have a heart that is pretty well-rounded, and with the time that we have here, we definitely would love to talk more about all of the things that you're into. I mean, you talked about, I think it was the National Historical Society, and you know, a lot of things. We do actually have a question here. What areas do you cover?
I cover Pierce County, King County, Thurston, Kitsap, and sometimes Mason, depends on who's asking, and Snohomish as well. So pretty much all of Puget Sound. I want to kind of get and grow that business, so I'm willing to drive for good clients and good realtors.
Okay, awesome. And if anyone wants to connect with you and get more information about your prices and your services, how would they go about doing that?
Easiest way is just to give me a call, shoot me a text. You can also check my website, and that's highlandhomeinspect.com. And through there, you can find my phone number and my email as well.
And even just a quick thing in there when you talked about area and that expansiveness, what kind of lead time do you typically not always necessarily need? I mean, there are certainly some emergencies on occasion, but what kind of lead time would you like to see?
If I could at least get a day, that'd be great. But a few days would be nice. I mean, everyone wants to have a little bit more time, but if I get a day, I've even been on standby for the same day, and it's worked out great. So I'm very flexible, obviously, and still don't have the clientele to keep me super busy. So I'm very available, which is nice for a few of my realtors.
That's
Good. Okay. Hey, Nathan, how long do your inspections normally take, and what's the turnaround time on receiving those inspections back?
Yeah, my inspections typically last an hour and a half to 2 hours. And with the report, I will promise next day, but I'll typically get it done that same night. I don't like to have them wait, especially if lately it's been a 1-day inspection period or a 3-day inspection period. So I'd like to have the client and the realtor get all the information as soon as possible. And typically I'll turn it around in 1 day. I've only had one report that took 2 days, and all other reports have just taken that 1 day.
Nice.
All right.
And when you have those reports, what do they get when they get a report? What is a report?
The report is basically the product they're paying for. I'm doing the inspection, but as far as the report, it lays out all the components in the system. If there's a table of contents, I'll let you know how to find everything. And it goes through each system one by one. And each system, say roofing, what's a deficiency, what's working great, and what needs to have some attention by a licensed contractor or a licensed roofer. And it goes down each system. And typically we like to tell clients where the water shutoff is, an age of your furnace, water heater, life expectancy of certain components in the home, and especially the gas shutoff. That's always a good thing to let your client know as well.
Nice.
Oh.
Dave?
Yeah. No, I just are we wrapping up? I feel like there's so many more questions that we can totally ask you. I think one of the things that you mentioned, and I was like, what is that? You mentioned something about drone inspection.
Yeah, so if the roof is too high or too steep, I'll send my drone up there and especially check the ridges and try to get as close as I can, safe flying to the roof and get pictures and videos so I can still let the clients know the condition of the roof.
Okay. That's a new one. That's cool.
Yeah. Or,
Yeah.
That's fun for me.
better than, yeah.
Yeah, I get to fly the drone, but still work, so that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Without having to fall off a roof.
Exactly. Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
technology.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'd need one of those for crawl space.
Yeah. They do have remote control crawlers, but I don't know if I trust it. I'd rather have my eyes down there.
Yeah.
Nathan,
right.
we work with a lot of great inspectors, and definitely look forward to knowing you better along the way. It's one of those things we always need to be able to recommend good people, and relationships are so important. So, kind of on that, it's one thing to know who you are as an inspector, but you're pretty busy between National Guard, corrections, everything that's within. What do you do for fun? Like, just as on a personal side, what do you do for fun?
I like to be with family. So I'm married. I have a wife. I have a dog named Archer, Silver Lab, and just be with friends, be with family. And the hunting season's coming up. I'm a big hunter, so that's going to be fun. That's going to be my kind of release from all the craziness going on.
Nice. Anything that is, we didn't even prep you for a question like this. Is there anything that you think is kind of special, unique, or what's something about you that we'll go like, whoa, really?
Well, really, that's a good question. I would say, as far as hunting goes, I'm actually a field expert and pro staff for a few companies. So it's almost like a sponsorship. I get certain discounts from the company if I, through social media, post pictures of their gear in the field.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Wow.
It's been fun.
Nice.
And Pat,
We've got a question for you here coming through. You mentioned areas of the roof, but there was another thing you said, and I didn't hear what it was again in the conversation.
I'll try to answer that. Roof inspections, I don't know if you're talking about reports or drone, but in a report, there are several sections. And I was just mentioning the roof for kind of a little bit of guidance, but there's multiple areas of an inspection. And a drone, typically I only use it for the roof. There's no other real reason to use it unless I want to get if it's just land, I can do a survey and kind of get pictures of just the property.
Okay.
Hopefully that answers your question, Pat.
Well, sounds good, Nathan. Well, before we wrap up here, did you want to maybe drop your phone number and how we can get a hold of you and your information one more time?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my phone number is at 253-376-6659, and then highlandhomeinspect.com. And my email is pretty simple. It's nathan@highlandhomeinspect.com.
Perfect. We'll definitely.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing from you.
Pat, we love you.
You know, Nathan, I think it's amazing how technology feeds into all the things that all of us do. There are so many things that you can do with home inspections that you could never do before.
Yes.
But at the same time, kind of tried and true tested things that are kind of old school don't necessarily go away. What's one kind of old school thing that you do on a home that people might be surprised about?
Honestly, using your hands. So you're always looking for soft wood, especially on old siding, and using a screwdriver for a probe. I mean, that's very simple. That's old school, and that's not going away anytime soon. I can tell you that.
Yeah. And you went right where I was thinking about, which was when I first got in, watching home inspectors go around the house and just tapping on the siding with
Poking it everywhere. You bet. Yeah.
Yeah, like a stick and a nail.
Yep. Yeah, it's an easy way for us to find any wood rot, so that's not going away.
Yeah.
Well,
all right. Well, thank you. Yeah, I guess we're gonna go ahead and keep on moving. But thank you, Nathan, for joining us. And it sounds like you've got some room on your schedule for some home inspections. So yeah. So good luck out there with the business, and we hope to cross paths and create some new relationships. So thank you so much for hanging out with us this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. This is a great experience.
yeah, no, we're looking forward to your success.
Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. We'll see you later.
Thanks, Nathan.
Bye.
All right. Maybe we should have kept him on for the governmental department issues. Which governmental department issues the home inspector WDO licensing?
Well, since he does it, I'm pretty sure he knows.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure he knows. Yes, he does. He should know. So are we ready for that?
Oh,
You
absolutely.
are.
Oh, you're welcome, Sherilyn. You're welcome, Pat.
Where's our Christy?
I'm
There
right
she
here.
is.
Sorry, I was sharing those comments out. So, today's trivia question: what governmental department issues home inspectors WDO licensing? Is it A, Department of National Home Inspection, B, Federal Bug Inspector? I think it's that one, guys. C, Department of Licensing, or D, Department of Agriculture? And the answer is D, Department of Agriculture.
It wasn't FBI, huh?
I know. I thought so too. I'm like, it definitely has to be that one.
I so wanted it to be that.
Sometimes it's not the obvious one, guys.
You know what? I'm just gonna change the answer right now.
Perfect.
And okay, new answer.
We're going to make it the FBI.
Jurgen, you got to be right, don't you?
Oh, all right. There's the real answer.
No, that's
All
good.
right.
Thank you, Christy. Yeah, and that is, it's not conspicuous that it would be the Department of Agriculture, but it definitely is. And I guess it does make sense because of organisms, I guess, the relationship with.
Sure, I'll buy that. Why not?
Yeah.
Works for me, Davina.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Steve, you got some updates as we kind of round it out, right?
I do. So we got some real estate news and updates real quick. So for our John L. Scott Talent family, we have our business meeting that's going to be coming up this Wednesday at 9 a.m. Please stay or tune in. We got lots of great stuff coming your way. As always, we have Forms Friday this coming Friday. I believe we are diving into maybe the optional clauses addendum this Friday, so stay tuned for that. We also have Facebook Friday on our John L. Scott webpage, where we bring in someone within the real estate industry, something motivational, educational that you can tune into and get some substance and learn something new. And then, as always, we wrap up on Fridays with our market update, where we bring you the new listings, open houses, and the market update of what's going on in the real estate industry here in the area. So lots of good stuff coming your way. Stay tuned. We've always got good things coming for you.
Nice. You know what? When focused in on you, I looked just to the left of your head, right on the screen, and for the inaugural season, Las Vegas Raiders, they won.
That's right, Vegas Raiders. It sounds a little weird, Vegas
Yeah,
Raiders.
it does. Yeah, and this team won too. So
They
team,
did.
Right there.
They beat them bad yesterday. We barely pulled our win out yesterday, but
Yeah.
Raiders won.
Man.
Seahawks won. It's a good day.
You know what's crazy is, because the Raiders were playing in their new stadium yesterday. Did they play a home game?
No.
They weren't? Okay. There's a new stadium in LA where the LA Rams played. And so it was like they did all this and they had this brand new stadium and no fans.
Yeah. You let's see, the second, what is it? The second most expensive stadium to build, I think, is $1.8 billion. Did you guys catch how much the SoFi for the Rams, their stadium, cost to build?
No.
$5 billion.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Oh man.
And that was in Inglewood too. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Inglewood.
Inglewood.
Inglewood Place. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. I know in our household, the games, I was like, is football on all day? Like it was all day. Football.
Yeah. We got a doubleheader for Monday night tonight. Donna was at the very first one. There was some call that was no, it was a good play. I can't even remember which play it was, but I get so excitable when I'm going. And she was just smiling watching because football was actually back. I was up out of my seat. I was yelling. Oh, there was a call that what was it? It was a turnover or something that really wasn't. I was heated for a moment, and just it's so good to have back. And of course, mother-in-law is on the phone with one of the kids on speakerphone. She's like, "Do you have to be so loud?" I'm like, "Yes, I do."
Right?
I can't cheer without being loud on football.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I got a shout out. I'm looking at my sleeves and they're kind of off. Like I'm like, is this sleeve really longer than this sleeve? So random, but over the weekend, Olivia, my youngest, said she wanted to tie dye some t-shirts. So she bought this pack of boys t-shirts and tie dyed and made one for me. So I squeezed it on this morning and I said, I'm going to wear it today. And she says, Mom, make sure you give me a shout out. And I'm like, okay, so I'm wearing Olivia's homemade tie-dye t-shirt. Yes. So
shout out to Olivia and her tie-dye skills.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think Donna would probably want one of those because it's got purple in it. That's her favorite color. So
yeah, she it's nice. It reminds me of Donna, actually.
Oh.
We'll hook Donna up. Olivia will hook her up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what?
It's that time.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do feel like we need an outro song at some point.
I do.
You know what we do, right?
Part it.
Now it's time to say goodbye.
Hey, we get that far, then we need to drop a beat.
I know. Really, thank you, Pat. Olivia will be happy to hear the great feedback. So, all right, you guys. So we're going to wrap up today. And remember all of the things that are going on this week. And And then we'll be back again on Friday for our market update, and then rolling around Monday, we're going to have another guest. We are packed. We are slam packed with guests every Monday, and we're excited to bring information to you guys. So who's going to take us out today on the Be Bold?
Steve?
I got this. All right, you guys. On the big count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Be bold.
Be bold.
Bye, you guys.
Thanks for tuning in, you guys.